A lawyer fighting and speaking up for you. You could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month, and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
The following letters were written by our troops.
My dear fellow Americans, I truly appreciate your support. I was starting to wonder if people had forgotten about us over here, but then one of my buddies showed me this website, and now as tears are streaming down my face, I can see for sure that you haven't. Private Emily B., U.S. Army.
It's so heartwarming to see the American people not letting the men and women of the armed forces be forgotten. Your letters make a group of grown men, battle-hardened and gruff, act like a bunch of kids around a Christmas tree. Thanks. Staff Sergeant Matthew H., U.S. Army.
Your support may be the most important thing our troops can carry with them. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs. To show your support, visit americasupportsyou.mil. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Ad Council.
man on the planet.
You know, you can always increase your income. You can better your lot in life anytime that you want. It doesn't take government action. In fact, government action is probably keeping you where you are if you're not where you want to be or think you deserve to be. It's pretty much, if somebody comes to me and says, well, Rod, I'm not where I want to be, I could probably say it's because one of two reasons. One, you really don't want to step out of your comfort zone, so because you're so comfortable where you are now, and you just don't, that desire to be better than you are now is not greater than your comfortability of where you are now. Or two, because a government is somehow keeping you back because maybe you're dependent on certain types of government assistance. And if you actually start to do, I remember a while ago, a friend of mine's father, he was on unemployment. He worked at a company, and the company closed the offices and plant in our area, and he got laid off along with everybody else. And there were very few of them that got to go and move to where the company was moving the plant. But most of the production staff, he was production, rather high paid at the time, production, and most of the production staff got laid off. They weren't invited to go south where the company was moving the plant. So he collected unemployment for a little while. Now, one of the things that he did while he was on unemployment is he thought he'd go back to school. But here's the rub. The school was, he was going to real estate school to get his real estate license. Now, that was okay under New York State unemployment law at the time. However, once he passed his license test, again, he was still okay for unemployment. But as soon as he went to work, and he went to work for Century 21 at the time, he got the gold jacket and everything because they wore the gold jacket back then. Those really tacky, ugly polyester things. They got rid of those, right? I'm glad they got rid of it because it's not called Century 21 anymore. I don't think. I think they sold that. It's called something else. But anyway, he went to work for a Century 21 office. Now, one of the things that he did, and his Century 21 office owner, they were franchises, went along with, is they didn't report that he was now working. Now, even though he was now strictly on commission, he had to sell a house before he got paid. Now, you're a brand new real estate agent, and they'll tell you, at least back then they told you, it could be 3 to 6 months before you got your first commission check. Now, even if you sold a house basically in week one and you're there, because of the way the system worked as far as getting a mortgage, it wasn't as fast as it is today. It could take a month to 3 months to get approved for a mortgage back then. So you could be looking at 3 to 6 months before you got a commission check. However, if they had reported that he was working for Century 21, knowing that he's not getting a paycheck at all, his unemployment benefits stop. Zero, zilch, nada. Well, he's trying to better himself, but how is he going to do that if he doesn't have a current source of income? So he's out there busting his hump trying to sell a house. And so he does so. Within the first month, he sells, of working at Century 21, he sells two houses. 2 houses are under contract. He sells 2 houses, basically. So now they're in the hands of the bank. Well, the one thing that they didn't realize is that when the bank starts to do all this stuff, there's taxes and everything else that have to be filed, and the agent of record. Well, the agent of record was him. Gets sent to the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor scans this kind of stuff, or did. And so 2 months, a month after he sells his first 2 houses, Department of Labor contacts him and says his unemployment benefits are terminated in that he owes 4 weeks back to the government because he was working. Well, he was devastated. So some people out there, they have this notion that they're being held back by the government, which is true because this is what the government does. Plain and simple. I'm sorry, folks. Welcome back to the Rod Eccles Show. I am your lovable host, L. Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire. where the state motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust. And let me tell you, if it's big government, you are busted. It is Friday, Free-for-All Friday, April the 24th in the year of our Lord 2015, which means we have a little bit more fun today, as well as today is Tax Freedom Day for most of us here in this wonderful land of ours that we call the United States of America. We're trying something new tonight to see if the system is properly working, and that you can actually call the show, and you can be put live on the air with me at 603. It's a toll-free number, 603-835-3224. That's 603-835-3224. Again, I cannot guarantee that it'll work, but we'll try it and see if it actually works or not. I think it will. We've configured things and added things, so we'll see if they actually work. But you have the opportunity here in this country to make of yourself whatever you want to make, plain and simple. And especially in this day, in the internet age, I mean, this is probably much like there have been two other times in our country's history that were huge entrepreneur times. The first time, basically, other than the founding of the country, the first time was the opening of the West. Go west, young man. Make your and a lot of people went west, and a lot of the people that did go west made quite a bit of money. They made their fortune, or they were able to live the way they wanted to live. They were able to make it. They were able to make the life that they wanted to make by going west. A lot of people did that. Second time was during the Great Industrial Revolution, where you had a number of people. Old money, new money was created back then. People that didn't have a dime to their name were probably born in tremendous poverty, much worse than poverty is today. And they end up in life being some of the wealthiest people the country's ever seen. And now there's another huge opportunity, much like those two. It's called the internet. And we've gone past the internet bubble phase of the 90s. That wasn't the opportunistic time, although a lot of people made a lot of money back then. This is the opportunistic time. The internet has come of age in that everybody, not just those who have a knowledge of computers and can figure all that stuff out and write code and different programs and stuff, but anybody can jump onto the computer age and the internet and make a fortune. A lot of people are doing it today. Right. People that didn't know anything about algorithms and just for an example, one of the most visited sites on the web around the world, well, at least in countries where it's not blocked, is YouTube. YouTube is proud of the fact that they've made, they have people that make 6 and 7 figures annually off of YouTube. And one of those is a woman by the name of Michelle Phan, Phan. Yes, she's of Asian descent. Now, basically, here's a story from Yahoo Finance that profiles this woman, and it says that the headline is that how Michelle Phan went from food stamps to the most popular woman on YouTube. And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, she probably, sold a bunch of products or something. I don't know. She just had something special. You know how this girl started out? At the age of 17, she started posting YouTube videos on how to apply makeup. Let me repeat that to you. At the age of 17, she started posting videos on YouTube on how to apply makeup. Now, I didn't realize that American women were so stupid is that they didn't, well, I shouldn't say stupid. They were so uninformed and ill-trained is that they didn't know how to apply their own makeup. I thought women I thought they were taught by their mother or grandmother how to apply the makeup. And for the most part, for those women who didn't over-apply the stuff, looked pretty good to me. I'm a guy. Guys know, they know what they like. Look to us like, a lot of women didn't over-apply the makeup and it looked pretty good. Well, this girl at 17 decided that this is what she was going to post on YouTube. Now, 10